Hi everyone, this is Catherine, and this is my fact pattern. Well, the research for the fact pattern. I'm basically just going to sum up my fact pattern because you guys can go ahead and read it at the end of the discussion post. So my fact pattern is basically a lawyer named Mr. Timothy Franklin. He's aware of his client's sister, who he's also representing as well. His client's sister has informed him that she's going to be committing perjury on the stand in court the following week in regards to her brother's case. And Mr. Franklin, who is the lawyer presiding over the case, he's aware of that, but he hasn't attempted to terminate the representation. Neither has he tried to prevent the client's sister from committing perjury. He basically just tells her that if someone asks her about if she gets caught lying on the stand, that if someone asks her, did her lawyer know, to basically say that her and the lawyer never talked, they never discussed the situation or anything like that, so that he wouldn't get in trouble. And because Mr. Franklin is dealing with this case, which has criminal charges involved, he's given one of his important cases, a civil lawsuit. He's given to his legal assistant Anthony Rodwell to do basically the research, the paperwork, interview the clients, and get documentation of what happened, when it happened, and how it happened, and things like that. But because Anthony Rodwell has been doing pretty much all the paperwork and everything like that, he's decided to take it into his own hands to pose as a lawyer and go to all the court proceedings for the personal injury case. And Mr. Timothy Franklin, who's the lawyer that's in charge of the law firm and also in charge of the legal assistant, Anthony Rodwell, he's also aware of what Anthony's doing when it comes to posing as a licensed lawyer, and going to court proceedings for the personal injury case. Now I'm going to hurry up and give you guys the gist of this and how I was able to use my rules and to show what rules they were violating. For the lawyer, when he was informed by the client's sister, who's the client that who's also his client, about the perjury on the stand in court the following week, this goes under Rule 1.16, declining or terminating representation, and it states, except as stated in paragraph C, a lawyer may withdraw from representing a client if the client persists in a course of action involving the lawyer's services that the lawyer reasonably believes is criminal or fraudulent. The client has used the lawyer's services to perpetrate a crime or fraud. The client insists upon taking action that the lawyer considers repugnant or imprudent. And the client fails substantially to fulfill an obligation to the lawyer regarding the lawyer's services and has been given reasonable warning that the lawyer will withdraw unless the obligation is fulfilled. And with 5, it basically pertains to what the lawyer Timothy Franklin should have done when he was informed by his client's sister, whose name is Ashley Rothing, that if she does attempt to commit perjury on the stand, that he will have to withdraw from representing her in the case. However, he didn't do that. He just basically told her that if someone asks her about the perjury, that they never had the conversation, so that he wouldn't get in trouble for it. The next rule that I'm going to point out for my fact pattern is 5.3. If I can get to it. It's just a lot of, I really need to do the online version of this. The responsibilities regarding non-lawyer assistance is Rule 5.3, which I've put in my fact pattern, and as the legal assistant Anthony Rodwell violates while posing as a licensed lawyer with the personal injury case. And it says, with respect to a non-lawyer employed or retained by or associated with a lawyer, a partner and a lawyer who individually or together with other lawyers possess comparable managerial authority in a law firm shall make reasonable efforts to ensure that the firm has in effect measures giving reasonable assurance that the non-lawyer's conduct is compatible with the professional obligations of the lawyer. A lawyer having direct supervisory authority over a non-lawyer shall make reasonable efforts to ensure that the non-lawyer's conduct is compatible with the professional obligations of the lawyer, and a lawyer shall be responsible for conduct of a non-lawyer that would be a violation of the rules of professional conduct if engaged in by a lawyer. If the lawyer orders or with knowledge of the specific conduct ratifies the conduct involved, or the lawyer is a partner or has comparable managerial authority in the law firm in which the non-lawyer is employed, or has direct supervisory authority over the non-lawyer and knows of the non-lawyer's conduct at a time when its consequences can be avoided or mitigated but fails to take reasonable remedial actions. And that which also goes back to Timothy Franklin, because he's aware of Anthony Rodwell posing as a lawyer when he goes to the court proceedings for the personal injury case. However, he's not disciplining him or reporting him for giving legal advice to the clients in a personal injury case or posing as a lawyer, which is considered a crime with the professional rules of professional conduct is considered a crime. And those are the rules that I was able to use that they violated in my fact pattern. A way that Mr. Franklin could have went about the entire ordeal is first with the client Ashley Rothing. He could have immediately told her, if you do this, if you do commit perjury on the stand, I will have to inform the courts and let them know that I will be terminating my representation with you, and you will have to find another lawyer or other representation to proceed with the criminal case against your brother. And as far as the legal assistant goes, Mr. Franklin could have informed Rodwell that he will be criminally charged for posing as a lawyer and giving legal advice and presenting himself in court as a lawyer, which he's not. And Mr. Franklin could have, helped, assigned an actual lawyer to the case to help Anthony Rodwell so that he wouldn't have to pretend to be a lawyer because no one else was able to go when the court proceedings were happening. And that is my fact pattern for story time. Thank you.